Joining me now, Sudhanshu Trivedi, BJP Rajya Sabha MP. Manikam Tagore is the Congress MP and Chief Whip at the moment in the Lok Sabha. K. Ravindra Kumar is TDP leader. And Shogato Roy is veteran TMC MP. I appreciate all of you joining us. Why don't you start, Sudhanshu Trivedi, since it's the Prime Minister today who triggered this off by, before Parliament started, recalling what had happened in the emergency years. That is 1975, we are in 2024. What is the need to recall 75, 49 years later?
Yes, definitely the things to recall, because 15th of August 1947 has been 77 years away. But there is a need to recall every 15th of August that what has been done there. Every 26th of January it is required to recall. So that's why it is just to recall today's generation that there was a time when all the rights of the constitution of the every common citizens were finished. If you have been put in jail, you cannot go to approach to court. It was under MISA and DIR. And even if you just say one sentence in a public place ki Indira Gandhi government hatni chahiye, then you can be put behind the bar without having an opportunity to approach the court. And then they say, and not only this, I'm not going in the detail, I will tell you what happened after 75. Even gone to that extent that people should remember that the 42nd constitutional amendment has amended 40 articles of constitution, 14 new articles were added, 2 new chapters were added, and the preamble of the constitution, for which Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar said it is the soul of the constitution which should never be altered. It was altered with entire opposition in the jail. It was altered. And why it was done? Because the only Prime Minister in the Indian history which was convicted for malpractices in the election was Srimati Indira Gandhi. When a High Court judgment has come, she trounced the constitution and retrospectively implemented those things. So that is one thing. But what happened after 1975? Rajdeep, if you remember that at the time of Rajiv Gandhi, when Supreme Court has given a judgment which was in contrast to Sharia, I am talking about Shah Bano case, the Supreme Court's judgment was trounced and Sharia was put over and above the constitution. At that time the constitution was in danger. At the time of P.V. Narasimha Rao, when in 1992, after the demolition of the disputed structure, BJP government of Uttar Pradesh can be dismissed. But why all BJP governments of the country were dismissed? At the time constitution was in danger. And again such type of law, the Waqf board was put that if they put a question on any of the land, you cannot approach to court. Then the constitution was in danger. Now come to Manmohan Singh government. Sir, you know that the highest executive body of this country is Union Cabinet. And then who made the body over and above the cabinet? That is National Advisory Council. At the time the constitution was not in danger. And when ordinance passed by the highest executive body as per constitution, the Union Cabinet has been torn apart in front of the media. The constitution was not in danger. And again, Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, who was just having the rank of the cabinet, were having bigger photos and the Prime Minister was having smaller photos. When the foreign head of the states were coming, Sonia ji was shaking hands and Manmohan Singh was sitting. Constitution was not in danger. So constitution, and now after when they are in opposition, CAA was an act passed by Parliament, and several state assemblies of the opposition have said that they will not abide by this act. It is unconstitutional that any act of the Parliament, any state cannot say. And it was related to citizenship. As per constitution, citizenship is solely a central subject. States have nothing to do with. That time the constitution was in danger. So from 75 to 2014 to 2024, they have always put the constitution.
You're giving me a very good history lesson.
So if they are saying that they will save the constitution, it is like devil is trying to give a sermon.
You know, you are giving us all a good history lesson, and that is why, Sudhanshu, you're very well followed. You've given us from 75
Sir, I have
to
given
20.
2000.
No, you've given us a history lesson.
Also.
We are in 2024. You're saying that those who are condemning you today must remember history. That's your point. Let Manikam Tagore respond to that. Manikam Tagore, right at the start of the show, you've heard what Sudhanshu Trivedi is saying. Who is the Congress to lecture us, sermonize us on constitution? He's gone back to the emergency years. He's given other instances. He's talked about the Shah Bano case and how the constitution overturned how the parliament overturned the Supreme Court verdict, and he's come right down to CAA. Your response, how do you respond to the BJP's charge ki who is the Congress to tell us about constitution khatre mein hai or Samvidhan is in danger?
Thank you. It would have been great if the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, on the first day of Parliament, on the 18th Lok Sabha, would have addressed about the NEET exams, paper leaks, train collusions, spoke about the PG NEET cancellations, spoke about the UGC NET paper leak. These are all the real issues. Prime Minister of India is not ready to speak about the real issues. His problem is that he wants to keep the audience in the past only. He wants to create a narrative that the past is the problem for him. What is in emergency? They are running an undeclared emergency, as our Congress President Kharge Sahab has been saying continuously. This time, is that in a time in emergency, political leaders were jailed. Now, 2 chief ministers are jailed in the present time. Who has jailed it? Mr. Modi and Amit Shah ji. This is not an undeclared emergency. We need to understand that political structure here, and Mr. Modi is unable to understand that the problem of the country is different, and he wants us to be in the past only. He wants, and Mr.
No, he wants you to be in the past because you, sir, 1 minute. Mr. Tagore, you came today to Parliament waving the Constitution. So the Congress also triggered in a way a response from the BJP. You come, when you say, I want from you a clear answer. Today, each of you came to Parliament saying Constitution is in danger. Please tell me, how is the Constitution in danger? Give me 1 or 2 concrete examples. No generalities. Give me 1 or 2 concrete examples when you say Modi, Shah have put the country's Constitution in danger.
We need to understand that every past 10 years, every act of the government has been an attack on the Constitution. Even the state-central relationship. I'll tell you the simple thing. How there was no deputy speaker for 5 years. It is a constitutional post. Is it not an attack on the Constitution of India? In the Parliament, when you come to the Parliament. Is there parliamentary conventions, parliamentary practices are thrown out now. We need to understand that Mr. Modi and Amit Shah ji wants the Constitution. We want to remind them
that given us one example. You've given me one example, Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Not give me one more example. Give me one more example.
There are n number of examples. Sitting chief ministers in jail, has been arrested in jail. How the states will function? You need to understand that a bogus case has been registered on the chief ministers to threaten them, to topple governments. How many attacks on the Constitution of India has happened? Every state, they call it as Operation Kamala. With money bags and ED and CBI, they topple government after government. How many governments they have toppled it? It is more than 15 governments they have toppled it. It is against the people's wish they does it. It is not the attack on Constitution. How many examples we have to speak about it?
Can I get Sudhanshu to quickly?
People knows this.
You've given specific
real
examples.
Issues matters.
You've given specific examples.
Briefly.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, governments being toppled, Operation Lotus being carried out, says the Congress party in state after state, chief ministers being arrested according to the opposition in bogus cases, the deputy speaker not appointed. I can add the fact that more than 100 MPs were suspended, you will recall, in the winter session. All of this, according to the opposition, is an assault on the Constitution. Now we have a new Lok Sabha. The opposition is reminding the government, please Samvidhan bachao.
They are saying that the 2 chief ministers are arrested under the bogus cases. So it means they are using a casting an aspersion of the court, because they have applied to the court and court had denied it. Just by 2 chief ministers, if you are saying that the Constitution is dangerous, so I would like to remind that Sonia Gandhi ji and Rahul Gandhi ji got bail in 2013 National Herald case. Our government was not there. Kanimoji and A. Raja went to jail in 2011. Our government was not there. Suresh Kalmadi went to jail in 2010. Our government was not there. Madhu Koda, Chief Minister of Jharkhand, went to jail in 2009. Our government was not there. Shibu Soren, Chief Minister of Jharkhand, went to jail in 2006. Our government was not there. Karunanidhi went to jail in 2000. Lalu Prasad Yadav went to jail in 1997. And Jayalalitha went to jail in 1996. What you are talking about, sir? 1994 JMM bribery case. Our government was not there. Rajiv Gandhi was indicted in 87, FIR in 1990. Our government was not there. What you are talking about for 34 years, I have quoted dozen examples and half a dozen chief ministers who went to jail under Congress regime, and you are talking about that here, sir. So I have talked about half a dozen and 10 specific examples that you are not able to tell that how come National Advisory Council has become, and the country has heard for 10 years, Super PM. Super PM was not unconstitutional because it was a secular, soothing song of democracy that the Super CM, and even today you have seen, just a couple of days back when Rahul Gandhi was having his birthday, the president of the Congress party was cutting a cake and making Rahul Gandhi to eat when Rahul Gandhi is just a member of parliament. He is neither the president of the party, the vice president, the general secretary or leader of the opposition.
Sir, that is an
This is
internal,
about
sir,
your
that,
constitution.
Sir, you have given,
All
you have
parties
given good
have amended
examples,
their-
but your last example can be, you can call it an example of sycophancy, but not a hammering of the constitution. The other examples you've given